Good morning. My name is Zaripa Shakerjan, and I am an English teacher of Urgenç State University. Today we will talk about international student mobility. And let me introduce an overview. So it's divided, today we will talk about 5 points. And the first one is about student mobility, transition, turning point, sequence. And the third one is about data and analysis. In the third part, I will give you information about international mobility of students, and we will analyze it with the help of charts. And in the first part, we will talk about the findings about international mobility, about their degree and credit student mobility in comparison. And the last one, we will end with summary and outlook. And of course, we will have reference. Let's continue. So the first one is, as you see, about student mobility. So student mobility is divided into two parts. So the first one is about degree mobility, and the next one is credit mobility. And of course, they are also divided into small parts, into small part, each of them. So the degree mobility includes in itself like complete program abroad, and the credit mobility, it's kind of part of program abroad. Yeah. So now you see the difference between degree and credit mobility. So in the EU, more research of credit mobility like Erasmus. So main lenses can be factors influencing immigration theories, students' experience, students' employability, and of course it includes in itself social inequalities, knowledge flows, social capital, and mobility capital. So the next thing is about not explicitly analyzed from the life course perspective for so far. And the last is about like if transition is then rather as international transition. So you can find it in the book of Reintjes and Jindal Snape, which is written in 2016. So the second part, let's move on with the transition and turning point. So what is transition? It's kind of change of status and processual character, which means like in distinction to an event. So turning point includes in itself a transition which can become a turning point and change in the trajectory direction. So what is trajectory? Trajectory, it's kind of links life events and transitions to an entity. So transitions are always embedded in trajectories that give them distinctive form and meaning. So it's taken from the book of Elder, which is written in 1985. So what is sequence? Sequence, it's kind of includes in itself between a transition and trajectory, and sequence focuses on not only on singular change of status but on a on a chain of status changes, so at least two of them. So for example, X, Y, and Z. So you can see the sequence of them. So types of sequences by Sackman and Huygens. So you can see it's written in 2001. So in between status means like A. So after A we will turn to B, and after that we will turn to A again. Yeah. So it can be like work or a holiday. And the next one is changing status. Changing status is all the time like changes, as you see. So we were A in the status of A, and after that we became B, and only after that we can become a C. So imagine that A is an education, B work, or C an employment. So as you see, we all the time change our status. So what about the bridge status? Bridge status includes A. So we are at the first time, like, firstly in the position of A, and after that we will become AB. I mean, it's together. Yep. So for example, at the same time we can work and study. It means like the bridge status. And only after that we will become a B. So let's take an example. The A1 is, so imagine that A1 is here, the work full time. What about the AB? It's kind of work part time. So you will work as a part time worker, and at the same time you will study. And the B1 is no work. Yeah, only study or only work. Okay, following status. What is following status? It's A. In the first position, we are in the A position, then we become B, or we can be at the last time, like at the last position, we are A and B together. So here A is full-time work, B1 no work, and the last one we have again work part-time, and at the same time we will study. So as you see, it's kind of 50-50. And the last status is end of status. It means like we move from A to B. So here B is the definitive status. So for example, a retirement. Yep. So as you see, the end of status means like ends with retirement. So a student mobility in Luxembourg, let's like analyze it. So in 2003, foundation of the University of Luxembourg. So here you can see the degree mobility from Luxembourg, credit mobility from Luxembourg, and almost 100% student mobility from the city. So in the degree mobility, so here you can see the 75% of all enrolled in tertiary education study abroad. So they are mainly DE, FR, and BE. So in the credit mobility from the city, you can see an obligatory semester abroad for undergraduates, or mainly other like European countries. So in the almost like 100% student mobility from Luxembourg. So next point is about data overview. So as I mentioned above, now we will analyze the data about international student mobility. So you can see like when the data was collected in 2017, they found out like the instrument was the semi-structured interview. So the target groups were outgoing mobility like nationality or A level from Luxembourg. So what about the study type? It was credit 7 or degree 8. So in equal like it will be 15. And destination. So destination, the students were from Germany, Belgium, Austria, France, England, Holland. So they were BA and MA credit in different countries. So the number of females, they were 9, and the number of males, they were 6. So the program was like humanities. It was technical and economical science. So what about the findings? Findings like they have different narrations. Degree students, so as you see, it's circled in a green like circle, and the credit students, it's kind of green with yellow. So it means like in the credit students, they are a little bit lower. And why? So as a summary, you can see like degree mobility, one after another. So smooth transitions and changing status. So we have talked about changing statuses, yeah? So we were at the place of A, then we became B, and at last we are C. So what about the credit mobility? It's kind of turning point, yeah? You will turn back. Multiple resort transitions in between status, rather a turning point. So you were as an A person, you became B, and again you will become an A person. So the same as and A naught is a new status? No, actually not. So let's talk the I mean the definition to like outlook. So I identify the points. So interdependencies between different levels all plays a role, like interaction effects. Yeah, different types of student mobility. They have different types of experience, transitions, and of course turning their points. Mobility always good. So how do you think? A matter of timing or a credit better at the end of the study? Okay, and the last one is about mobility as a must for social position, social mobility. It means like to graduate, you have to study abroad, credit or degree. So here you can see references and you can use them. Thank you for watching the video. Goodbye. See you soon.